Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit more shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, because if you guys will remember back to yesterday's video, you will probably have realized that Bitcoin was trading right here around $11,800 when we recorded that video. And just a few hours after that video was recorded, Bitcoin actually did exactly what I was saying we wanted to see Bitcoin do, which was rally to and break through $12,200. In fact, overnight, Bitcoin, as we expected, rallied all the way up to $12,800. We've had a little bit of a correction down here to this level of $12,200, as I mentioned. Nothing unhealthy, guys. This is actually a very bullish development for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has finally set a new high in motion. We are very much on the path to restarting the Bitcoin rally that's been on hiatus for the last 2 weeks, and I really do think that we are about to see some more bullish price action coming over the next couple of months. So guys, we're going to be doing some technical analysis on that breakout today. If you do enjoy today's video, make sure you smash that like button. Like I said, guys, that like button is kind of a jerk and it needs to be taught a lesson, so go ahead and hit it. Also, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, guys. And one more thing before we dive right on into it, do remember that we are still running the sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. You guys seem to be greatly enjoying that. There's a $40 off coupon code in the description down below. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get right on into it. The first thing I want to do in this video, guys, is run over why this is actually so very important for Bitcoin here for the next couple of weeks and on into the next couple of months, really, because as you guys know, Bitcoin has been rallying for quite some time. Bitcoin started rallying back over here on February the 8th of 2019. We have been in that rally for the rest of the year up until today. We have had a correction. As you guys know, over the last couple of weeks, we have had a bit of a pullback. Bitcoin was in a downtrend. We were in a correction. Bitcoin had a high here, then a lower high, then another lower high. We had a low, and we had a lower low. Bitcoin was in a classic textbook downtrend. Not something that you really want to see on the short term for Bitcoin, but in the long term, that's actually very healthy for Bitcoin, because it allows it to consolidate. It allows the bulls to take some of the profits that they've been looking for. It allows those same bulls to get new positions so they're more confident in their trades. It kind of refreshes the market and allows Bitcoin to rally higher. So I do think that now that we've had this correction, this was about a 30% correction, so this wasn't anything to just scoff at. This was actually relatively large. Now that we've had a 30% correction, I think we are on the path and ready for a new uptrend and for Bitcoin to continue rallying. And that's exactly what we've seen here, guys. In yesterday's video, I was talking about that breakout of this consolidation pattern right here and how we had then seen it break bullish. I wanted to upload a video the day before, but I'd been on a plane and flown 1,500 miles because I'm now in colorful Colorado. Either way, we wanted to talk about how Bitcoin was going to break bullish, and in fact, it had by the time I got around to recording. But Bitcoin broke bullish, and we've now seen that Bitcoin has broken bullish again. We needed to see Bitcoin get above 12.2. That's exactly what we've seen. And like I said, guys, we now have a high right here, and we have a higher high. We have a low, and we have a higher low. That's very bullish. That does mean that Bitcoin has entered a new uptrend, which is why I was saying in yesterday's video that Bitcoin needs to get above $12,000 before we can start confirming this as an uptrend. It looked like one in yesterday's video, but we couldn't be sure until Bitcoin set a new high. This is a very bullish thing, and I wanted to get that out of the way at the very beginning of the video before we dive on into the rest of it. This is something that we can very much look forward to. Now would be a time that you might want to start looking into longer-term trades. Keep in mind that Bitcoin hasn't confirmed this rally for very long. It's only been about 24 hours. Bitcoin could still be having a fake out right here. Bitcoin could still have a pullback and break below this support. If it does that, then maybe this isn't as big of a deal as we're making it out to be, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bitcoin is looking relatively healthy and relatively bullish right now. If you're looking for places to make longs, now might be a good place to start looking at doing that. One thing I want to point out to you guys is that Bitcoin does now have an uptrend of resistance right now. If we go ahead and get rid of this one, if we go ahead and get rid of this one right here, and we go ahead and get rid of this one right here, then we can see that Bitcoin is now in what you would call an ascending trading channel. This is actually a relatively bullish thing for Bitcoin, but these do sometimes break to the downside, especially considering we entered this trend line, this trading channel, moving to the downside. There is potential that Bitcoin could fall below this, but it's unlikely in my opinion. I think Bitcoin, now that it's gotten above this key level of support at 12.2, that we're probably either going to stay above it or we might fall below it and test it for a little while and get back up above it again. Bitcoin is certainly looking very bullish. Let me show you why it's looking very bullish on some other technical indicators out here on some of these other charts. Guys, there's a couple reasons why Bitcoin is looking a lot more bullish right now. I'm going to go over very briefly some of the things we mentioned in yesterday's video because I don't want to repeat myself too much, but it is important that if you didn't see that you know what's going on. Bitcoin, as we can see, has had a bullish cross on the histogram down here on its daily MACD, and looks like tomorrow we're going to finally see that bullish cross to confirm this rally. I've been looking for confirmations of this rally to start, and if you want to look at it this way, to continue the rally that was already happening. One of the confirmations that I was looking at was for Bitcoin to get above 12.2 and to test it as support. support and maintain it as support. That's exactly what we've seen so far. The other one that I was looking at, and I am looking at currently because it hasn't happened yet, is the bullish cross on the MACD. It looks like it's going to happen just about no matter what happens. Keep in mind, though, MACD's line up here, the MACD line and the signal line are very far away from the zero level, so they have a lot of bearish pressure on them. The further away you get from the zero level, the more it's like a magnet. The MACD line is a magnet, and so too is the zero level on the histogram. It'll naturally be attracted to it, and when it's attracted to it from the bullish side, that naturally leads to bearishness on the MACD. I hope you guys caught that. That's kind of a hard concept to explain, but either way, there should be a bullish cross on MACD tomorrow, and that would be one of the final confirmations I'm looking for that bullish rally to continue. Continuing on here, guys, if we look down here on the 4-hourly chart, what we're going to see is that the RSI is looking very bullish here. RSI has been continuing its march to the upside. You guys know a couple weeks ago, Bitcoin's RSI on the 4-hourly rallied all the way to 93, which is absolutely ridiculous. It looks like Bitcoin's RSI is a little overextended right now, but considering what we've seen recently, that's really nothing to be scared of. As you can see, Bitcoin's RSI for a while here was rallying all the way up to 90 plus. You can, what in the world is the chart doing over there? That's pretty funny. I've never seen that happen. We've seen RSI rally up here to 90 plus several times, and then Bitcoin would trade sideways to consolidate instead of having to have a crash. So perhaps if Bitcoin does get overextended on its glitchy RSI over here, then we will see that Bitcoin will trade sideways above levels of support, and we won't actually see a major crash like we saw that had been building for a little while here over the last couple of months. One other thing I want to mention is here on the 4-hourly chart. As you guys can see, we are currently bullish on the 4-hourly, but we are converging bearish. And the reason I say that is, of course, because we see the MACD right here, and its histogram has actually changed direction. The MACD line is converging on the signal line, and that is mainly just because Bitcoin had a little bit of a top up here at $13,000. That's nothing to be worried about. It's something I did want to go ahead and bring to your attention, though. One more thing is that over the last 12 hours or so, Bitcoin's stochastic RSI has started moving to the downside on the 4-hourly chart. Again, that's nothing really to worry about. Bitcoin could very easily come and fall below $12,000 down here to this uptrend of support, maintain it as a level of support, and we'd be perfectly fine. There's no reason why Bitcoin can't fall below 12.2 briefly. That would not be the end of the rally. It wouldn't be great, but it wouldn't be the end of things. It'd be perfectly healthy. So long as Bitcoin stays in this trading channel or breaks to the upside, we're looking golden, guys. It's no big deal what Bitcoin does from here. If Bitcoin, like I said, does create like a little head and shoulders pattern right here with a shoulder right here and a shoulder right there, and then falls down up to this uptrend, it's not the end of the world. We just probably see a bounce. If we break below that, that would be catastrophic. Back that up. If we fall below that, that wouldn't be great, but it really wouldn't be the end of the world, guys. Things are looking really good on Bitcoin right now, so let's go ahead and talk price targets. I think one of the most obvious price targets for us, guys, would, of course, be our recent high of $14,000. You guys know that this is the high for the year. Bitcoin climbed all the way up here, and we had our correction. Nothing really to worry about. Like I said, the last couple of weeks was nothing more than Bitcoin consolidating and locking in some of those gains we've been making. But I think if Bitcoin does continue rallying here, what's probably going to happen, and what I certainly hope happens, is that Bitcoin continues following through on this trading channel. We perhaps come down here and test it as support, or perhaps we don't even need to do that, and Bitcoin does manage to maintain support here on this level of $12,200. But either way, what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do here over the next week or so is to come up and break bullish out of this trading channel. I don't want to see Bitcoin just follow through on this for the next couple of weeks. I want to see bullish strength coming out of Bitcoin. I want to see exuberance, and I want to see Bitcoin break bullish and rally all the way to $14,000. And as some people in the comments who are a bit of smart Alex will tell me, Jeb, it doesn't matter what you want, it matters what Bitcoin's going to do. And you're absolutely right. I want Bitcoin to do that, but here's why I think it's going to also. Bitcoin has been extremely bullish here over the last couple of months. Ever since early February, Bitcoin has been extremely bullish. We've had a 30% correction. Bitcoin came down and we tested the 20 exponential moving average, which ran right around through here. We've got support on it. Bitcoin is looking very healthy. The technical indicators are looking very bullish. The fundamentals look great. The adoption is picking up as always. Things are looking very good for the Bitcoin market. I don't see any fundamental or technical forces that should drive Bitcoin to a larger correction now that we have actually restarted the uptrend and we have confirmed it. I see no reason that we can't go back up to $14,000 and beyond before the end of this month. Now that may be a little ambitious. Maybe it takes longer for Bitcoin to get there, but based on the way Bitcoin's been moving this year, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if a week from now or even less time than that, Bitcoin was trading at or above $14,000. Now, like I say, guys, I want to put a big caveat in here. That's what I think is going to happen, but there are other people that think Bitcoin is going to crash. Just because I think something's going to happen doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen. So before you go and make any trades, make sure you're doing your own technical analysis, you're comfortable with your trades, and you can sleep with yourself at night. That's the most important thing. A couple other price targets I want to look at, guys, would have to do with the entirety of this bear market and the reassumed bull market that we've seen here over the last couple of months. Bitcoin, of course, ran up to the 61.8% Fibonacci level on the Fibonacci retracement levels from the $20,000 retracement down here to around $3,000. Bitcoin tested that and rejected off of it a couple weeks ago, as you guys know. If we do see Bitcoin continue to rally, there's not any moving averages up here because we're basically we're getting close to all-time high. No moving averages are up here to show us resistance. We're getting into that kind of blue sky breakout territory. But one of the next ones that I want to look at would be the 78.6% Fibonacci level. That's up here around 16.5. Likewise, looking at the history on Bitcoin, 16.5 is actually not a major level of resistance, but we did see some trading going on back over here. And likewise, also, we saw that Bitcoin ran up here to around $17,000 at the same time. So a zone in between 16.5 and 17 is a place that I would be looking for Bitcoin to go if we break $14,000. Because you guys know how this works. If and when Bitcoin breaks $14,000, everybody's going to get really happy. They're going to get really exuberant. Everybody's going to buy Bitcoin. It's going to jump $1,000 in 15 seconds like it always likes to do. I'm, of course, exaggerating. Don't go making trades based off of that. That's a joke. But either way, Bitcoin's going to be very bullish if and when it does break $14,000. And I think one of the first places it's going to go to is 16.5, which is why a lot of people, including myself, think Bitcoin is probably going to go to or above $20,000 before the year is over. So keep an eye out for that. One thing I do want to mention about Fibonacci retracement is that Fibonacci retracement is very similar to a lot of other technical indicators. They don't have any power in and of themselves. They are simply mathematical equations. Fibonacci is based off the Fibonacci ratio. I highly encourage you guys to go research why the Fibonacci levels are why they are, or where they are, and where the Fibonacci sequence comes from. It's a very interesting sequence. It's a very simple sequence, but Fibonacci retracement and all other technical indicators don't actually have any intrinsic power in themselves. The reason technical indicators are powerful, in my opinion, I'm in the camp that technical indicators are important because other people think they're important. They get their value from the fact that other people use them. If nobody looked at Fibonacci retracement, then Bitcoin would have no reason to use these levels. Bitcoin is only going to reject or get support on these levels because people look at them. I mean, look at how many times the market has actually traded around these levels when the market didn't even actually know what the market was going to finish with. Like, look at this. Bitcoin was testing resistance here and support here, and the bottom wasn't even in yet. Bitcoin is moving based on Fibonacci levels and other technical indicators because people believe they're important. That's a very important part of technical analysis, something that you do need to understand. But anyway, guys, as you know, I'm in colorful Colorado, and the glacier is calling me, so I'm going to wrap the video up here. I might go ahead and throw a little bit of footage up on screen. We drove out to Denver yesterday and got a very nice shot of the skyline over there. I haven't been in a very big city in a very long time, so it was really cool to see that. Then we hiked around Bass Pro Shops for a little while. If you guys have never been to Bass Pro Shops, they try to put like a museum into a store. It's really cool. And from there we drove home. We got this spectacular view of the Rockies that should be on screen right now. I hope you guys did enjoy that, and I hope you guys are enjoying your trading. I hope you're enjoying everything about Bitcoin. I hope you're enjoying your life. Before we wrap it up, guys, I do want to briefly mention that we are still running the sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. I'm not going to dive too much into it. You guys know what's going on. We have 33 videos, over 9 hours of content. If you want to learn how to trade these markets, this is a great place to do so. If you have any questions on this, feel free to ask me in the comments section down below. You can also click the link in the description, check out the sales page, see what we have to offer. There is a $40 off coupon going at the moment. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, chart. Peace.